or welcome back to my channel. I am Charnel if you are new here. So today's video I want to talk about the I don't want to put a number on it, but just the books that I'm aware of that are coming out this year for 2025. I'll put a number on the title of if I do, you know, say this is like 25 books that are coming out this year that I'm excited about. But yeah, so I just want to jump into it, put these books on your radar because they have been on my radar since basically towards the end of 2024. I was like looking to see what's coming out. Just been like watching y'all's channels and Bookstagram's book talk videos and stuff like that, like what's coming out. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna jump in. Okay, so first is Needy Little Things by Chanel Desamores. Sorry, I couldn't see this for some reason. Yeah, Needy Little Things by Chanel Desamores, and I'll put the picture up somewhere. This is, from what I know, this is a YA. So it says a black teen with premonition-like powers must solve her friend's disappearance before she finds herself in the same danger. And that's it. Y'all know sometimes I'm a little iffy with YA, like YA romance especially. But with this one, it just seems like, I don't know if it's the main picture, the cover of the book or what, but it just seems like it's right up my alley because it's mysterious. There's sci-fi in it, a little bit of fantasy, which I do love with YA books. Next is The Payback by Kashana Cauley. I have this arc to review. Is about when Jada Williams is relentlessly pursued by the debt police. She is left with no choice but to take down her student loan company with the help of two mall co-workers from the author of the lethally witty The Survivor List. Jada Williams is good at judging people by their looks. From across the mall, she could tell not only someone's inseam and pant size, but exactly what style they need to transform their life. So this one is, so it seems like she's a wardrobe designer, but she ends up having to work at the mall to make ends meet. So she's working for minimum wage. But of course, like so many of us in this lovely country, she has like insurmountable amount of student loans. The story of most of our lives, basically. But it seems like in this story, there's a debt police. Is that real? Tell me if that's real. It's a debt police, and she's yeah, so it seems like she's gonna take down her student loan company with her friends. So this sounds interesting. And I put the hopefully I remember to put the picture up of the book, of the cover, because in her sunglasses you can see like Benjamin's like what was that, $100 bills in her sunglasses. So I don't know, this title, the cover is all speaking to me. So yes, and I'll tell y'all like what I think about the book like once I get to it. The publication date is July 15th of this year. So I'll read it closer to then. I'll probably read it in June. Next is A House for Miss Pauline by Diana McCauley. So this one is a Caribbean read. Y'all know I'm proudly Jamaican American, I guess, because hear my accent, Valley Girl accent, but I am Jamaican. I was born there. And when I say home, it's Jamaica. So yeah, long story short, any Caribbean read, especially Jamaican reads, it's just another way for me to connect to my motherland, like my home. So I just love bigging up Jamaican authors, Jamaican stories, and also the wider Caribbean community too. Anyways, so this one is coming out February 25th of this year, so it's coming soon. I don't have an arc for this one, although I was trying to look for it. But I think this seems like it's not really independently owned. I mean, independently being published, but I think it's like a smaller imprint. So I didn't know like who to ask. So I'm just gonna buy it. Of course, I'm gonna buy this book, but I'm just gonna have to wait basically until it comes out to read it, which is fine. So this one, a little bit about this, is like starring an unforgettably fierce 99-year-old Jamaican heroine. A House for Miss Pauline is a transporting and tender story with a mystery at its heart that asks profound and urgent questions about who owns the land on which our identities are forged. All right, and it says if you are a reader of Nicole Dennis Benn, excuse me, James McBride, and other stories about colonialism and personal history, then you probably would like this one, which I'm a fan of, and I know a lot of y'all are. So yes, I'm excited about this one, but it's high up on my list of books that I need to read this year, and as soon as it comes out, I'm buying this, y'all know. And then next is from one of my faves, Tia Williams. It's Audrey and Bash Are Just Friends. And this one comes out May 6th. And I'm excited about it. So this is YA, but it's a caveat because Audrey is the daughter of, I can't remember her name, but okay, so the female main character from Tia Williams' 7 Days in June, she had a daughter, remember, in that story, if you read 7 Days in June. This one is about her daughter, Audrey. But she's like aged up in this one. I think she's supposed to be like 16 or 17 in this one. So this one is about, basically Audrey is hiring Bash, the main male character in this, in Audrey and Bash, to help her have fun that summer. And I'm assuming chaos and like funny stuff will ensue. And I'm excited to read this. I think this is Tia Williams' first YA novel, and I love that it's still in the universe of her books. Because if y'all read, is this a spoiler? I'll cut it if it is. But if y'all read all her books, there's a through line, and I love that. I love it. It's not not collection, but it's not a series, but there's a through line in all her books. So I love that. That's how she's one of my faves, period. Okay, next is Death of the Author by Nnedi Okorafor. And this one I think is actually out. It just came out. Actually, no, I'm lying. It comes out tomorrow, January 14th. And this one is this science fiction? Yeah, I believe this is science fiction. So this one is saying this thrown Zelu some curveballs over the years, but when she suddenly dropped from her university job and her latest novel is rejected, all in the middle of her sister's wedding, her life is upended. Disabled, unemployed, and from a nosy, high-achieving, judgmental family, she's not sure what comes next. In her, seems like after some drama, she decides to write a book very unlike her others. And it's a science fiction about androids and AI after the extinction of humanity. So it sounds like it's a book within a book, which is interesting. I kind of like that. It kind of reminds me of a totally different genre, but an author, but like How Real by Kennedy Ryan is a movie within the book. So it's like two storylines going on, sort of. This sounds like that, and I really like that. So it says, but the catch with this one is, it says, as Zelu's life evolves, the lines between fiction and reality begin to blur. Okay, so I'm wondering what happens. So that just sounds really interesting. And that's Death of the Author, which is out January 14th, which is ASAP. Okay, next is Harlem Rap City by Victoria Christopher Murray. And if y'all remember, if you've been with me since my channel started, when did I talk about this book? It must have been like last April 2024. You know that I loved The Personal Librarian, which is right here, by Victoria Christopher Murray. And then she had a writing partner, Marie Benedict. Oh, I requested the ARC from the publisher, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I don't think I'm gonna get it. I feel like I would have gotten it by now, but maybe not. But either way, I do have a pre-order out on Barnes & Noble already. Because I think it's because it's the subject matter. Okay, let me tell y'all what it's about. So again, it's out February 4th. Let me tell y'all what this is about. So this is the extraordinary story of the real Jessie Redmond Fawcett, whose exhilarating world of friends, rivals, and passions all combine to create the magic that is the freaking Harlem Renaissance. And if you know me, you know the Harlem Renaissance is like this magical thing to me that like is basically like because think about it, this is probably what 50 some odd years after the end of slavery. So like in the 19 teens and 1920s, we're coming up on like that time frame. They're going through the Second World War and all that, and black folks were migrating to New York and having this cultural boom. And it's so fascinating to me. So I have this obsession. I don't really know if I talk about it a lot, but I do have this obsession with the Harlem Renaissance. A lot of my favorite authors are from that time. Like I read Zora Neale Hurston. I love her. I love her writing. And she's another one on this list. You'll see. And the musicians, I love jazz. It's just, you guys, I feel like a little nerd talking about this, but I'm just like, to find out that how did I not know this? I'm not an expert on Harlem Renaissance at all, but I am just like an admirer of it. And that's why I love the love songs of Ricky Wilde so much by Tia Williams, because it was sort of an ode to that time. I was almost in tears when I saw this and I read who this is about. I did not know that there was like one woman who sort of jump-started this movement. So, okay, but there is a little mess behind this, but whatever. You know, we're human. Come on. Discovered a lot of the she basically discovered a lot of the literary authors of that time, and I think of the world of that time. So she found County Cullen, Langston Hughes, and Nella Larson, and they become some of her best friends. On one hand, she is you know, one of the founders of, or the founder of, the literary world of the Harlem Renaissance. On the other hand, which is in the synopsis, everybody's talking about it already, she is the mistress of W.E.B. Du Bois. Let's move on. So next is Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. And this one comes out May 13th. I'm also hoping to get an arc of this one. And I'm trying because I got an arc of her last one. This Could Be Us in this series, and y'all know I'm a Kennedy Ryan girl, especially the Skyland series. It's my favorite romance series, basically. Yes. Okay, so this one is May 13th, expected published date. And this one is about the third friend in the group, in the friend group of the Skyline series, Hendrix Berry. So she lives a fabulous life. She has phenomenal friends, as we know, a loving family, and a thriving business that places her in the entertainment industry's rarefied air. And yeah, so she's basically the one in the friend group who she doesn't want kids. It's not a spoiler. She's been saying it since book one. She doesn't want kids. But of course she wants the she wants the love. Like, everybody deserves the love. However form it comes in, as long as it's not hurting you or anybody else. But yeah, so this is basically, that's all I'm gonna give for this one, because it's just the final girlfriend in that group in the Skyland series. So it's highly anticipated. I just want that one to come. And then next is Dream Count by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. And I don't know if I'm sure I've told y'all that I am a Chimamanda girly. I don't have any of her books on this bookshelf, but my mom, so I moved from California, 7 years ago? A lot of my books that I had back then are at my mom's house, and so she has all my Chimamanda books. So basically, I think only I have We Should All Be Feminists. It's like that. But anyways, long story short, I love Chimamanda's writing, her work, and this is the first novel from her, like new novel from her, in about 10 years. So it's a big deal in the literary world. And yeah, so I am excited. Will be released on March 4th. I also have a request out to this publisher for an ARC or a free copy. I don't remember which one it was. Was it like, well, I'll receive it when it comes out, or what? But I haven't heard anything, because they sent me that email like in December or November, and I immediately requested it, but I haven't heard anything. And I've been looking at my UPS expected deliveries, and I haven't seen any. So it's coming out March 4th. So it's about just a little bit. Chiamaka is a Nigerian travel writer living in America. Alone in the midst of the pandemic, she recalls her past lovers and grapples with her choices and regrets. Zikora, her best friend, is a lawyer who has been successful at everything until, betrayed and brokenhearted, she must turn to the person she thought she needed last, Omelogore, Chiamaka's bold, outspoken cousin. Oh wait, sorry, I mixed that up. So she must turn to the person she thought she needed least. Okay, so the next person is Omelogore, which is Chiamaka's bold, outspoken cousin, who's a financial powerhouse in Nigeria, who begins to question how well she knows herself. And then finally, we have Kadiatu, Chiamaka's housekeeper, who is proudly raising her daughter in America, but faces an unthinkable hardship that threatens all she has worked to achieve. Okay, so there's also a Goodreads giveaway on this one too, if y'all are interested. But yes, highly anticipated read for me. I love Chimamanda's work. I basically have read, I think I read all her traditionally published books, I think. So I'm excited about this one. Okay, so next is Happy Land by Dolan Perkins Valdez. Expected to publish on April 8th. And the cover is so pretty. I'll put it up here somewhere. And this one about, okay, so it says, in the hills of Appalachia, there once existed a land ruled by a king and queen. Inspired by memories of African kingdoms, a community of formerly enslaved men and women grasped freedom on mountain land they owned, but freedom doesn't always last forever. That's all I'm gonna give. Edit this out. But yeah, so it seems like it's about a family who was a part of this it seems like this family is descendants of the king and queen of this part of the Appalachians. And it seems like it's probably inspired by true events. So this is going to be interesting to read. I'm excited. I love the cover. And yeah, so excited to read this one. And then next, I always only talk about Black authors, but I am in the Empyrean, y'all. So I have read Fourth Wing. I own and have read Iron Flame, is right behind me. And I'm ready for Onx Storm. I know. I'm not a Rebecca Yarros stan, but like, I can't lie. She did something. She did her big one with the Empyrean series. I am fully enmeshed in this world, and I've been waiting patiently with the rest of the Empyrean girlies. It's just, this is perfection. The storytelling is perfection. Anyways, y'all, I'm ready for book 3 of Onx Storm. Of the Empyrean series by Rebecca Yarros. It's called Onx Storm, and it comes out on January 21st, which is perfect because the 20th is Inauguration Day and MLK Day, so we can all disassociate that week by reading Onx Storm if you would like to, or whatever book of choice. But anyways. So I can't really read a synopsis for this because if you haven't read the first 2 books, then I don't want to spoil anything. But just know, Onx Storm is coming out January 21st, and it's on my highly anticipated reads, me personally, for the year. So I'm excited. And let's stay in the vein of fantasy. Oathbound by Tracy Dion. Is it Tracy Dion? Yes. Is coming on March 4th. So that's coming soon. This is the 3rd book in the the Legend Board cycle. I was about to say, what's the thing called? It's a Legend Board cycle. This is a YA it's a YA fantasy series by Tracy Dion. And this one I can't tell you what it's about either because it will spoil if you haven't read Legendborn, and I forget what the second one is called. Yeah, so just know that one's coming, and you have time if you want to meet the publication date of Oathbound. It's coming. And then next is the life of Herod the Great by Zora Neale Hurston. So this is a book that Zora Neale Hurston didn't get to publish before she passed, and I don't know if it was even finished, but she had most of it written out before she passed. And Deborah G. Plant, current day, has edited it and fixed it up and got it published. And from what I understand, her Zora Neale Hurston's estate will benefit from this. So it's not like a money grab or, like taking advantage of a dead woman's work. So yes, so this one is about so it's Zora Neale Hurston's unpublished novel revealing the historical Herod the Great, not the demon the Bible makes him out to be, but a religious and philosophical man who lived a life of adventure. So we'll get to learn about a biblical figure and in Zora's eye, like what he was like. But yeah, so I'm excited to read that. I love her work. I love her writing. Yeah. Next is, I think I have like 2 more, you guys. Next is The Love Lyric by Christina Forrest. I have read this one. This one is coming out February 4th. I read the arc for it in December, and I loved it. I don't want to tell you my rating yet because I don't want it to. Well, I guess I can tell you. I rated it 4 stars. It was a solid 4-star book, and it's basically the last book in the Green Sisters series by Christina Forrest. And we get it's about Iris. She is the oldest sister, and the male love interest is Angel. He is the. Should I say anything? Well, I guess I can. He is mentioned in the first and a little bit in the second book, but he's like, you see them meet in the first book in Neighbor Favor, with the little sister story, but you don't get their story until this one, which is the love lyrics. So he's a pop star, she's the oldest sister, all put together and stuff like that. Yeah, it was a fun read. It was a good read, and like, I love Iris. I love Iris. I'm not an older sister, but it gives me perspective of how my older sister could, think like she has to have it all together and stuff like that for me and stuff like that. But yeah, I loved it, and I'm still gonna buy the physical copy. And I forgot, I'm actually going to her book signing in Brooklyn in February, and I'm gonna bring you guys with me. I'm gonna try to get over my shyness of vlogging in public, because like, I need to document this basically, and I want to bring y'all with me, so that's gonna be fun, and I'm excited about that. And then next is King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby, and this one is coming out June 10th. And y'all know I loved All the Sinners Bleed, Razor Blade Tears, and I actually have Blacktop Wasteland here. I didn't DNF it. It was like I wasn't in the right frame of mind to read it, but it's on. I have it propped up. I'm like, I need to finish this one. So maybe like in February I'll read it. But this one's out. The King of Ashes sounds so good. This one is. So a little bit about it is, it's a Godfather inspired Southern crime epic and a family drama. I love family dramas, y'all. So I'm excited about this. The cover eats. It looks like it's going to be, well, like it says, it's like a Godfather type thing. So it's like maybe like a family crime syndicate or something. So this is going to be like I think that's a good summer read. It's a good thing it's coming out in June on June 10th. Something fast paced or something, something drama to read in the summer. And then finally, let me just make sure. Those are all the books. And then finally, I do have one arc of one of my highly anticipated reads that I have for the year. This is Junie by Aaron Crosby Eckstein, and I got this from the publisher Ballantine Books, but it's a imprint of Penguin Random House. Enslaved girl faces a life-altering decision, navigating love, friendship, and her sister's ghost as the Civil War looms in this radiant debut. That's all I'm gonna say. So it seems like it's historical fiction, and a little, maybe some magical realism, some fantasy. Hopefully it's not horror. I mean, slavery is horror. Let's be real. But like the ghost, our sister's ghost, it sounds like maybe some magical realism or something deeper is going on. And did I tell y'all this is coming out February 4th? So I think I'm gonna read this at the end of July. It's gonna be like my last July read going into February. So I will have a review for y'all on here and on my Instagram. So yeah, so those are all the books. I don't even know how many books that was. Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, that's a good number of 15 books. Not me finding my video title at the end of the video. So the 15 books that I'm excited about this year so far, because there's so many that I'm like seeing like every day that I just haven't looked into. But it's like my other bookish friends are posting, I just haven't looked at. you know, looked into it to read the synopsises to see like if I'm gonna be excited about them. But yeah, so these are 15 books that I'm excited about this year. They're on my radar, and I just want to put them on y'all's radar. And let's just comment. Let's see if you made it to the end of this video. Just comment. What book you're excited, what new release you're excited about this year, in terms of books. And so yeah, so thank y'all for watching my channel, period. I'm coming up on a year, you guys. I think like January 20th or something. And y'all have been with me through my quiet months where I barely posted, and then like the months where I am posting a lot. I'm trying to get better at being consistent, like maybe like once a week. Anyways, long story short, thank you guys, new and old subscribers, and OG subscribers, I should say, for watching my videos. And yeah, I will see you on the next one. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed and you're liking my videos, commenting. Let's chat. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.